In this video, we're going to factor binomials that are either the sum or difference of two cubes. And the binomials that are the sum or difference of two cubes, when we factor them, they have a special pattern. And these are listed below. The pattern for a cubed plus b cubed is that this factors into the expression a plus b times the expression a squared minus ab plus b squared. Similarly, a minus b will factor a cubed minus b cubed will factor into the expression a minus b times the expression a squared plus ab plus b squared. So we'll go through and apply these formulas, and then we'll check, and the check will help us see where these formulas come from. So the key here, this first one we're going to factor, is x cubed plus 8. And the key is to identify what did we cube to get x cubed, and what did we cube to get 8. So looking at this, we have, and I'll write this off to the side, but we have x cubed, and that's our a cubed. And we have 8, and that's our b cubed. So what we cubed to get x cubed was simply x. So we'll use x where we see a in this formula. And what we cubed to get 8 was 2. So we'll use 2 where we see b in this formula. So applying that formula, x cubed plus 8 is then equal to a plus b, which we'll replace with x plus 2, times a squared minus ab plus b squared. So we'll have x squared minus 2x plus b squared, which would be 2 squared or simply 4. So x cubed plus 8 factors into x plus 2 times the expression x squared minus 2x plus 4. Now, if we check this, the check is going to be a binomial times a trinomial, so we're actually going to get 6 terms. So let's take x plus 2 times x squared minus 2x plus 4. And there's a couple ways that we can do this distribution. I'm going to do this with x times that trinomial x squared minus 2x plus 4 plus 2 times that trinomial x squared minus 2x plus 4. So I've distributed across that x plus 2, and now I'll distribute this x across this trinomial and then 2 across that trinomial. So when I do that, I'll distribute this x across x squared minus 2x plus 4. I'll get x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x. And now I'm adding, and I'm going to take this 2 and distribute it across x squared minus 2x plus 4. So I'm adding 2x squared minus 4x plus 8. And this point is critical in seeing why we end up with x cubed plus 8. I have x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x plus 2x squared minus 4x plus 8. That minus 2x squared is going to cancel with positive 2x squared. And beyond that, positive 4x and negative 4x also sum to 0, so those are gone. And so when this is fully simplified, it's simply x cubed plus 8. Looking at our next example, we're going to factor 8y cubed minus 1. And we'll use the second formula for this because we have the difference of two cubes. So the key here, if we're thinking of this as a cubed minus b cubed, is to figure out what's a and what's b. So we have 8y cubed, and that's our a cubed. And then we have 1, and that's our b cubed. And again, the way this formula is written, b cubed is whatever we're subtracting. So if 8y cubed is a cubed, then what did I cube to get 8? I cubed a 2. And what did I cube to get y cubed? I cubed a y. So 2y is equal to a. And then if 1 is equal to b cubed, 1's also just b. So that one's a little bit easier. Applying this formula then, we will have our a minus b, and then we'll need a squared plus ab plus b squared. And if we want to, we can also compute a squared based on what we already have here. So if 2y is a, then a squared will be 4y squared. And if we want to compute a b, we can do that as well. A times b will be 2y times 1, or just 2y. So now we're ready to factor this using the formula. 8y cubed minus 1 is then equal to, and we're going to need a minus b, which we've determined will be 2y minus 1. And then we're going to have a squared, which we've determined to be 4y squared, plus ab, which we've determined to be 2y, plus b squared, which we didn't write off to the side, but if b is 1, then b squared is just 1 as well. So now 8y cubed minus 1 is fully factored, and it's factored into the expression 2y minus 1 times the expression 4y squared plus 2y plus 1. If we want to check, this is helpful again in seeing where this formula comes from. So we'll multiply it out in order to check. We'll take 2y minus 1 times the expression 4y squared plus 2y plus 1. And again, this is a binomial times a trinomial, so we're going to get 6 terms when it's expanded. And one way we could do this is to take 2y times the expression 4y squared plus 2y plus 1. And then subtract 1 times that expression 4y squared plus 2y plus 1. Now, I'll distribute the 2y across that trinomial 4y squared plus 2y plus 1, and then I'll subtract 1 times that trinomial 4y squared plus 2y plus 1. So when I do that, I'll distribute this 2y first. I'll get 8y cubed plus 4y squared plus 2y. And then when I distribute, I'll subtract 1 times that expression 4y squared plus 2y plus 1. I can actually just think of this as subtracting every term in there. So I'll subtract 4y squared, I will subtract 2y, and then I will subtract 1. And this point, again, is when I'm going to see what cancels. So I have 8y cubed plus 4y squared plus 2y minus 4y squared minus 2y minus 1. That positive 4y squared and negative 4y squared, those terms sum to 0, so they're gone. And then positive 2y and negative 2y also sum to 0. So what I'm left with, when this is fully simplified, is simply 8y cubed minus 1, which is exactly what I wanted.